Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, you know it don't work. So let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods. You know, you may have noticed on some of my shirts, you'll see a Corsair airplane, World War II, Black Sheep Squadron, VMF 214. Now I know the story has kind of grown quite a bit because of the show Baba Black Sheep, and maybe a lot of that was just kind of, just kind of done a little bit more for Pappy Bowington's own ego than maybe what was really there. But the gist of it was a fighter squadron made up of guys that weren't tied to other squadrons, supposedly some guys that had gotten in trouble in the military, some drunks, some, guys that like to fight a lot, guys that got in trouble. And allegedly, people looked down on this squadron. They were the black sheep, okay? But together, this group became the best fighter squadron in the South Pacific. I have called, because I loved the TV show growing up, I have called our Dallas Cowboys defense the black sheep because, and really, it needs to be the whole team. Because when you look at how the Dallas Cowboys are treated, there's no respect at all. And I get it. We haven't won the Super Bowl in a long time, but guess what? There's a lot of teams that haven't won the Super Bowl in a long time. There's a lot of teams that have never won the Super Bowl, much less five. But I get it that if everything is measured by Super Bowls, then yeah, we've been a failure over the last 25 years. But we've had some really great players and some really great games. We have done some things that you have to look at and say, yeah, okay, they're not that bad. And when you look at where our defense was in 2013 to where it is now, it's not bad. And what DeMarcus Lawrence has done over the last two seasons has been phenomenal. He has become one of the best pass rushers out there. Now, granted, 3 years ago you could have questioned whether or not he was going to be the guy he is now because he was coming off a 4-game suspension for PEDs, had back surgery, and had one sack. I get it. You don't respect that guy. But for him to now have double-digit sacks 2 years in a row, and not just that, leading the league or second in the league in tackles for loss, and the amount of tackles he's made, you have to say, he's one of the better ones. But see, here's where the black sheep truly fits the Dallas Cowboys, because we're told that our quarterback, he's getting paid exactly what he's worth because he's not a top flight quarterback. He's a bum. Take a Jameis Winston over him or a Ryan Fitzpatrick or hell, a Matthew Stafford or Kirk Cousins because all these guys are better than Dak Prescott. He's definitely a black sheep. And now DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence is pissed. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence is really pissed. He is pissed to the point of saying, boycott Madden. Don't buy that crap. He's using the big words, the big 4-letter words and things on Instagram. And let me go back to the article here because it's just amazing that nobody gets any respect. Nobody on the Dallas Cowboys gets any respect. They ranked him sixth best, basically. He got an 89 rating. I don't play Madden, so I don't get all the ratings and everything. I know. I'm just old, okay? I'm just too old to be doing... I'm just too old and don't have time. But Madden gave him a rating of 89, tying him for sixth best 4-3 defensive end in the game, alongside Brandon Graham. And a lot of people say, yeah, Brandon Graham, he's a pretty good guy. What's wrong with that? Well, this article puts it for perspective. Graham had double-digit sacks. Brandon Graham has never had double-digit sacks. Not once, not twice, not ever in his career. And Lawrence just had 2 back-to-back. Not only that, Lawrence had 10.5 sacks last year, 13.5 the year before, and he had 64 tackles last year. So 10.5 sacks, 64 tackles. The year before, 13.5 sacks. And put that in perspective, the guy he's ranked with had 4 sacks and 39 tackles. So DeMarcus Lawrence had 2.5 sacks more than Brandon Graham, and almost double the amount of tackles. But yet, Madden, they rate him the same. So DeMarcus Lawrence tweeted out, "You're going to disrespect me like that with an 89 and get away with it? Put some," in capital letters, "put some respect on my name. Until then, Cowboys Nation is on a Madden strike." So I don't know if you're going to go ahead and not buy Madden. I know I'm not going to buy it. I'm on strike. I ain't spending my money on Madden. I wasn't going to anyway. But still, I'm with you, D-Law. Boycott Madden. Because, see, this is the way it always is. And this is why it just amazes me. And actually, it may be a symptom of everything we see with the Philadelphia Eagles. Because we all look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Because going into last year, Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champs, best team in football. They're going to repeat. Yet, they didn't beat the Dallas Cowboys once or twice last year. They didn't beat them at all. Carson Wentz, they still say, MVP candidate. 5-6 last year. His record, 5-6. But they're still saying, "Oh, great guy." And they keep talking about the talent that they have. Best offensive line, best defensive line. Oh, okay. So let me make sure I get straight. You've got one of the best rated defensive lines, and this guy only had 4 sacks. You look at this whole thing, are the Dallas Cowboys underrated and the Eagles overrated? I think it's a little bit of both. I think our Cowboys are a lot better than what they're giving credit for. And I think the Eagles are getting more credit than they deserve. But what I hope this does is for Dak Prescott, who is always told that you're a garbage ass quarterback, you're a Dak trash cut, you are dink and dunk Dak, you're not an elite quarterback, that he takes this inside. That DeMarcus Lawrence, who, has been one of the top pass rushers of the last 2 seasons, ends up getting dropped in the rankings. That you take this inside and you put that chip on your shoulder. You are that black sheep that nobody believes in, that everybody thinks you're a joke, that you are not good enough to be compared with others, that you're not a Super Bowl contender, that what you did was, nothing that you did, it was the other people around you. That you take this stuff and you get pissed off, it ignites a fire in your belly, and you go out there and you whip the quarterback's asses. That you, Dak, light up the scoreboard. That you end up in Miami holding a trophy over your head. And you get up there and you say, "How you like me now?" That's what you got to do. You ain't going to get any respect. The Dallas Cowboys, no matter what you do, you're not going to be given any respect. You're not going to be given any benefit of the doubt. You just got to go out there and take what the hell is you want. You got to take that Super Bowl trophy. You got to take that. You got to make them respect you. They're not going to give you the credit. They never do for a black sheep. We'll definitely be talking about this tonight, because we got a lot of stuff going on with the Dallas Cowboys here a week and a half from training camp. We got rumors of Zeke Elliott holding out for training camp. Although I will preface it this. Zeke Elliott, I don't believe has played in a preseason game yet in his career. I dare say that Zeke Elliott usually starts the season off kind of slow. That Zeke Elliott doesn't get that much work. So, we'll work on it tonight. But 9 o'clock tonight, we got that to talk about. Dak Prescott's contract. And is there a little bit of love, just a little bit of love out there for Dak? Maybe. But I'll see you tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern.